Welcome to the MPFFU Podcast. The intent and purpose of the MPFFU Podcast is to support the mission to improve wages, working hours, and working conditions for its members. This podcast will disseminate evidence-based relevant information, resources, and strategies. To accomplish this, the MPFFU Podcast will provide reliable, factual, and actionable information that strengthens, empowers, and supports the MPFFU members and locals through united action. Now our host, Jeff Lassers.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 12 of the MPFFU Podcast. I'm Jeff Lassers and I've been a firefighter paramedic with the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department, Local 1721, since 2004. As many of our members know, the Michigan Professional Firefighters Union is broken up into 6 districts. Each district is made up of the locals within that geographic area. Every spring and fall, district meetings are held to bring our locals and members together to network as well as share ideas and information. The district meetings are a great way for our members to come together, eat, drink, and learn about what is happening at the state level as well as in your surrounding communities. These are very informative and fun events that I highly recommend to all MPFFU members. In this episode, we welcome MPFFU members from each district to the show to express the value of attending district meetings. This episode features Pete Windsor from the Marquette City Fire Department in the 1st District, Jake Ruth from the Glen Lake Fire Department, 5086, in the 2nd District, Matt Oleaga from Port Huron Fire in the 3rd District, Mike Toms from Canton Fire in the 4th District, Gunnar Morale from East Lansing Fire in the 5th District, and finally Ryan Sears from Sterling Heights Fire in the 6th District. The next district meetings are scheduled for the last week of March 2023, and we hope to see many members there. The 2nd District is scheduled for March 31 at the Grand Rapids Local 366 Union Hall. The 3rd District meeting is scheduled for March 27 at the H Hotel in Midland. The 4th District meeting will be held on March 30 at 1 Under Banquet Hall in Livonia. The 5th District is scheduled for March 28 in Ashtimo at the Delta Hotel. The 6th District meeting will be held on March 29 in Novi at the Suburban Collection Showcase. And finally, the 1st District will be meeting via Zoom sometime in April 2023. Contact your local executive board or go to mpffu.org to register to attend your district meeting. Please email us your feedback and tell us what you think about the show, or send us ideas for future episodes to mpffupodcast@gmail.com. Also, check out the new Instagram account at m.p.f.f.u. And finally, please subscribe to the Michigan Professional Firefighter Union YouTube channel. There's a lot of great content down there. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Pete Windsor with Marquette City Fire, Local 643. I'm the president over there this will be going on my 2nd year doing that. District 1 is where we're at. It is valuable to the MPFFU members to show up to their district meetings because the more you have turnout, the more it actually shows that everybody's caring and ultimately going towards the main goal we have. The meetings I've gone to in the past, I've actually been able to take back some stuff and get rid of policies that haven't been towards our benefit. Meeting with people, even if it's at the last conference I went to, I got to meet up with Traverse City, and Traverse City compares a lot to us, so we can bounce ideas off and compare and contrast things of departments that are in similar nature as us.
My name is Jake Ruth. I'm a firefighter for Glen Lake Fire Department, Local 5086, District 2. I've been with the department for approximately a year and a half, and I am a newly appointed treasurer for the department. I think it's valuable for members to show up at their MPFFU district meetings. Principally for me, the number one thing that I take away is the experience that you're able to learn from when you're at these meetings. As I mentioned in the introduction, I'm a new appointee, so I have a larger scope of learning that I'm going through versus somebody that is a 15, 20-year veteran. So for me, there is no better way for me to get experience than to interact with these guys that have already been through a number of these things and have the advice that they want to give and the stuff that they want to pass along to the next generation down to get them in a good position to, be successful with their locals and what they can bring back to their fire departments. As I mentioned, you've got the experience and, that's really a tremendous learning process for somebody like me. In addition to that, you've got the solidarity of being with your fellow brothers and sisters and really learning from the things that have, gone good and the things that have gone bad for them. And being able to take that back with you and have a good time with your other firefighter personnel. It's just a great group of people to be around. So you're getting to go through all those things and work together and learn, but then you're also having fun as well. And then the other thing is, as you get to know more people, in this community, because, it's kind of a small community when it's all said and done. Police, fire, EMS, like we all know each other. You can really develop a great friend group and a lot of resources that you can then go back to whenever you need them. I know lots of people in the fire service, even beyond, MPFFU, IFF things like, hey, man, like if you just need to call me and have a conversation, go ahead. My number's always open. And I think it's rare to find communities that'll look after you in all of those other ways too.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Oleaga, president of Port Huron Professional, Local 354. We're in the 3rd District. I'm part of the executive board there for over 10 years now, the president over half that time. It's important for MPFFU members to show up to their district meetings. One, it shows how much work that the MPFFU is putting in every year, every month, every day to make our benefits better at the state level. Also, one of the big reasons is to network with other districts and to find out that you're not the only ones going through stuff, and to talk about the issues going on within your locals and to share information. It's important to participate in your district meetings. It helps with networking and making those connections with individuals. And I see the benefit of it when you have questions that you've already formed relationships with individuals, and you can call those individuals up at any time if you have any kind of questions, if you're going through contract, if you're having issues that maybe somebody in your district has already gone through that issue. Another good reason is you bring them back a lot of information to your local and the members. And that's invaluable, the information you get and the networking you do within these meetings that you attend.
I'm Mike Toms. I am with Canton Firefighters, Local 2289. We're in the 4th District. I've been on the union board for about 11 years and 10 of it as president. It's valuable for MPFFU members to show up at their district meetings because realistically, it's almost invaluable. We have the networking that goes on so that we can learn from each other. A lot of times if there's an issue with someone or something you're dealing with, someone has dealt with it. And you're able not only to talk to someone, but put a face to that. It's also a great opportunity to get a lot of education. You get reports from legal and you get a lot of education on what's going on and really what to look out for and what's coming down the chute. Participating in district meetings benefit me and my local by, first and foremost, that networking. I might have someone who's not on the board that knows someone from somewhere else. So kind of opens that door where we can go talk to someone. It also, again, gets them that education of like, maybe you don't realize what a union does or what your union is doing, and you're going to get that education of it. And it's always a good time to get around a bunch of firemen and hang out together.
My name is Gunnar Morrell. I'm a firefighter paramedic for the City of East Lansing Fire Department, Local 1609. We are in the 5th District. I've been there about 4 years. I am not on any sort of executive board or hold any rank in our local. I'm just a member, but I'm a younger guy. I'm only 24, so I'm trying to get involved as much as I can with not only my local at East Lansing, but at the state level, just trying to get as much information as I can, absorb as much as I can. The guys that are working right now in our local or at the state level, those guys aren't going to be there forever. So I think it's up to us as younger people coming up within the fire service to kind of take the reins on that and step up and become future leaders of the MPFFU. It's important for our members to show up to district meetings at face value, just purely networking, talking to everybody in your district. It seems like with the limited amount of district meetings that I've been to, it seems like everybody's got the same problems, and just a little bit different severity. You talk to one guy from this local and it's like, whoa, we don't have it as bad as them. Or you can talk to another guy from the local. It's like, oh man, we got it pretty rough compared to those guys. But, it's good and bad. You kind of bounce ideas off each other and say, hey, we're struggling here, but this worked for us. And another local could say, yeah, this is working for us, but we're struggling here. And then, everybody just kind of brainstorms and we get a good sense of what's going on around the state or just in your general area. Yeah, it's just a good way to network, a good way to see what's going around the other locals.
My name is Ryan Sears. I'm currently with Sterling Heights Firefighters, Local 1557. I've spent the last 10 years-ish on the board. I just took over the president spot. I spent the last of that doing the treasurer. I've got about 7.5, maybe 10 years to go, and I'm not going anywhere. You know, it's valuable to attend these local district meetings because it's the first step outside the borders of your local. You know, your local's not perfect, my local's not perfect, but when we put these locals together, we're one step closer to it. You can go to these and learn everything in this union, good or bad, but it's still learning. I come from a pretty large local. We're 102 members. I just found out we're even getting more, but that doesn't mean that my neighboring community of 12 members isn't doing something better. So you go to these early to be a good listener, and your ears cannot get you in as much trouble as your mouth will. Participate in your local district meetings, again, is what we're all saying. It's all about the networking. We're not going to these to stand around for 3 hours and collect business cards like you think, but we go there to take things back to our local. Someone out there is always going to have it worse than you. Someone out there is always going to have it better than you. If you can take note of both of them and strive for the things that make your local better, that's awesome. But also take the things that are worse off, and honestly, you just feel better about yourself. I can remember going to district meetings and you're going to learn something from Chad and the Shores, or a state meeting with the guys from Battle Creek teaching me stuff, and even going to IFF stuff and learning from Adam in Kansas City. I mean, this stuff stays with you, and we are surrounded by knowledge, and it's just, you got to get out there and find it.
That is all for the show today, everybody. Thank you, Pete Windsor, Jake Ruth, Matt Oleaga, Mike Toms, Gunnar Morrell, and Ryan Sears for joining me on the 12th episode of the MPFFU Podcast. I hope all of our listeners enjoyed the show and now have a better appreciation for our district meetings. We hope to see everybody show up to their district meetings. Contact your local executive board or go to mpffu.org to register to attend your spring district meeting in March 2023. Remember, this is a new show and there's always room to improve, so please email us your feedback and tell us what you think about the show, or send us ideas for future episodes to mpffupodcast@gmail.com. Also, check out the new MPFFU Instagram account, m.p.f.f.u. And finally, please subscribe to the Michigan Professional Firefighters Union YouTube channel. You're going to find all sorts of great stuff there. Thank you for listening to the MPFFU Podcast. Have a great day.